I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott.
And this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 12 of the Red Mist Podcast. On today's episode, we will cover Indycar at the streets of Toronto, IMSA at Lime Rock Park, F1, a look ahead to France at Paul Ricard, NASCAR at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we'll take a look back at some racing adventures on our personal note and looking ahead to some karting events coming up this weekend, the big Kart Mania run by the NHKA folks at Canaan Motorsports Club. So with that, let's delve into the IndyCar on the streets of Toronto, eh?
Yes.
Oh, Canada.
Like, count me in. Oh, yes.
Oh, Canada.
Bring on the streets.
Nate, why don't you kick it off?
Well, I gotta say, I mean, I was really thinking Colton Herta was gonna break through and get his second win of the season. Kind of was falling for that.
That F1 test earlier in the week?
Yeah, just like that extra bit of horsepower that he got from his F1 test and brought over to IndyCar, right? But and also willpower, because like he's looking to maybe really make a serious championship run, because if anything, he has momentum on his side from Mid Ohio.
Yeah.
So I looked at it as he has a serious chance too, because he's no stranger to like street circuits. He's actually probably one of the highest with the highest averages of finishing very well on any street circuit.
And what happened to Will?
Well, he had a great save on the start.
Yeah, but
and then
he didn't. He
at the end of the day.
But he had a not so great qualifying.
Yeah.
No. I mean, no, he didn't.
It's kind of like how his weekends go.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I think the craziest thing, he got into it with Romain Grosjean making a crazy save in turn one. He was down low, 3 wide, like
Right.
pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see a little bit of order restored to the qualifying order of seeing Dixon up front and Herter, and some other folks. I mean,
David Malukas.
well, that was kind of where I was going as the surprise qualifier. Rossi was in there. Rosenquist, Pato was in there. He was in. He didn't. I thought going into that race, I thought he might be the favorite for the pole. But that McLaren, whatever was spam there, Arrows, McLaren, Schmidt, Peterson, they didn't have a good qualifying setup at all.
Pato started 15th.
Pato started 15th. Okay, so there was definitely some. All right, they would say
Right, and pretty far from Felix Rosenquist as well.
Yeah. So it was qualifying, like up front was good, but Herta was fast all from the get go when they loaded off the truck, but Dixon, nice to see him back on the pole, kind of overshadowed all of the Michigas with Alex Palou, which we can talk about later on the podcast from earlier in the week, and that, but as kind of the race unfolded, really, I it wasn't so much the front two as they kind of, took to the lead, Dixon and Herter moving out, but the action from, I'd say, third on back in every stint of the race was incredible. Unfortunately, when we got just about, I think it was about a third of the way through, that's when Rosenquist trying to stuff it up the inside of his future teammate, well, let's put it this way: his future McLaren teammate.
Yeah.
We don't know where he's going to be.
Right.
Rossi, and I mean, basically just put him into the wall.
Yeah.
At a terrible angle too.
And that resulted in a no action from race control. Thoughts there? Anyone?
Oh, Rubin's racing, and
I guess.
Got a podium out of it.
I mean,
yeah, I'm not. I mean,
I thought he could have kept. I thought Rosenquist could have kept a tighter line as they made that right-hander because Rossi was giving him room.
yes.
Okay.
If you're gonna put any blame, you would put Rosenquist was out of control.
Yes, and
Now, how much you want to penalize him by, it's tough because then this is where you get into these conversations of do you penalize the action of what he did or do you take into account the consequence of what happened afterwards?
well, if I was looking at that corner, okay, it's coming off a long straight and it's a very decreasing radius corner, all right, with a lot of room on the outside of the corner, all right. So, Rossi definitely had left the door to the deep inside was left open, okay, but I don't think that was. I think it wasn't that there wasn't like a ton of room, but there was room. Rossi recognized that he was there, gave him room.
Yeah.
Now now what happens is you have the wall kind of comes out on the left side where Rossi was. It kind of comes out to the middle of the track, so you're going to get a pinch. But there's more room on the right side. Yeah. So if Rossi gave room on the left, Rosenquist got to give room on the right, and they can run two around that corner.
Yeah, they did that,
and they've done that. I saw that a couple times during the race. Now, I if I look at it, and I was like sitting, I'll put my official hat on. I would have my favorite term, incident responsibility, and that would have just been a drive-through.
Yeah.
And that would have been on Rosenquist because he did not hold the line.
No.
Okay.
No,
he definitely kept when they rubbed the first time. He kept coming out. So if you keep coming out at that point, now Rossi had given you room. I just feel, and then you have the next set of contact, which basically puts Rosenquist's right front left into Rossi's front right, and Rossi just goes right off into the wall. Yeah. So I hate to say it, that should have been a drive-through. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And go from there, boys.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that Rossi went out of the race.
No, that definitely
and you can't just sit there and park the guy.
Yeah. But I mean, can you sit there and say that it's okay to just hip check someone
right
in the race now?
Exactly.
It's all about setting a precedence.
Right.
So if hip checking is okay now, so is a Swedish fish, and so on.
the dragon, which Colton unleashed the dragon towards the end of the race.
French dragon. Yeah. Sorry.
So from that point on, at that point, then strategy got mixed up a little bit.
Yep.
And we had Rinus VK and Connor Daly out front for a good chunk of time there. And unfortunately, I really like the unfortunate thing for those two was there was no caution.
Yeah.
And basically they were like as that stint wore on, they were basically sitting ducks.
Yeah.
I kind of would have gambled if I was them. I would have bet there was going to be another caution because there was a couple, and there was a couple more to come, and then we had the one kind of towards the end. We had a couple in quick succession. We had Kyle Kirkwood. Well, same thing there, buddy. Trying to poke it up the inside of old JJ. Jimmy was off the bottom of the.
He was trying to overtake Roman Grosjean.
Right, but
that's what he was looking at.
I get it,
and
but he gave room.
Found himself.
He gave room on the outside. If you're going to take the inside line, you got to make it. Just because a guy goes, and you're going to stick your nose in, you have to assume the guy's going to come back over a little bit. They just stick the nose in, and Kirkwood stuck his nose in, and Kirkwood's nose got stuck under JJ's car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay that one on Kirkwood. I know they were trying to they were backing up all over themselves on the broadcast, giving it to saying that JJ was kind of left the door open. Well, he had Grosjean, whose car was all over the place. I mean, no fault of his own. He was just pressing hard, and I think he was just wearing the tires out.
Yeah.
And JJ, other than that, I mean, it wasn't coming. He's decent finish, it looked like, but man, he just he got again just getting taken out. Guys just need. I get it's a street circuit, but folks need to use their head a little bit when they're passing.
Well,
because not only do they
it's minimal opportunity,
right?
So I can understand where the aggression starts to really.
But the thing is, Kirkwood could have, he didn't need to. He could have got him on the next straight. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, another passing zone. Yeah, it was just a poor.
It was a bad choice to pass there. I get it. You got to be aggressive, but at the same time, you basically wrecked your race and his.
High risk, high reward, but
that was more high risk, low reward.
Yeah.
But anyway,
right?
No, that's no, but you're right.
Yeah.
And then VK and Daly got kind of they got hosed by the stone.
Especially Connor Daly. That's at the top 20 or something.
That was those guys and that was Ed Carpenter Racing making a bold call there. And I would have made the same call if I was them. And then the stone came out and that kind of really shuffled it. It just wasn't an opportune time for all that stuff. And then we get to we have a restart to the end of the race, and we have Dixon out in front and doing what Dixon does, just turning laps and doing everything. Colton's car definitely was, I would say, not as good as it was early on in the race. I think it was towards the end of the stint for him. But he did a great job of driving defensively, but appropriately.
Yeah.
There was no, Brazilian chops and stuff like that, or the Scott Pruitt fade to the wall.
Yeah.
So that was good. And Rosenquist, he did that, and I gotta give my hands off, hands full applause to Graham Rahal. I have to. I mean, finished fourth, but on the restart made a hell of a move to get by Scotty McLaughlin. Sorry.
Yeah.
And to get by him, and then that messed McLaughlin up big time because he went from, I think, fourth back to eighth, and I believe that's kind of where he
finished ninth.
He finished ninth, so he fell back to eighth. But wow, it was a great move. It was a bold move. I will say that was high risk, high reward, and it was done in a corner where there was plenty of room. He caught him napping, and it was a great move. So good for him. And then it was a good result for Rahal Letterman because Lundgaard finished eighth.
Lundgaard is eighth.
Eighth, sorry.
Yep.
You're right. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Lundgaard was eighth.
Where did Jack Harvey finish?
Jack Harvey.
19th.
Not so good for him. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
and low risk, low reward.
Right. Props. Two standout drives there for Malukas and Ilott. So, I mean, you're talking about two guys, two rookies on two teams with not a ton of resources, finishing in the top 15. So
yeah, I mean, Ilott dropped back a little bit after a good qualifying.
Yeah.
Qualified seventh.
Yeah. I mean, that was because you had Newgarden and then Pato. Man, Pato just bad weekend. Here we go. This is the Pato slide, right? We were talking. We talked about that earlier in the season.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
It's IndyCar too. It's like you need consistency, and who's been consistent?
I hate to say it. We're running out of races.
Right.
Yeah.
But who's been the guy that's been consistent all year?
Dixon. I know. It's
Ericsson. So far.
Yeah. We can get to the points after this, but it was wow. That was I was just starting. Wow, talk about light down on a marble head. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized that. Good for Palou. I mean, finished sixth. I do have breaking news. I have signed Alex Palou for my iRacing team for next year. So
no, I have signed Alex Palou for my racing team.
Wait a minute.
You can't have him.
Wait. He turned down Christian's option year.
That bastard. Nate, you gotta fire now. You gotta fire another driver.
You gotta fire another driver, Nate. No. Nate signed him after I signed him. So I'm gonna get all Chip Ganassi and get up in his face.
No, I'm gonna be like, look, I have the McLarens. Here they are.
Yeah,
The paddles here too.
yeah. Has McLaren signed anyone else this week? Are they just signing
Rossi.
people left and right?
Yeah.
No, they signed him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They signed anybody this week that we don't know about? You know?
They need to get Colton Herta.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
No, they already.
They affiliated.
Affiliate. Has anyone signed a contract with McLaren for? I don't care what.
Scott Dixon hasn't.
Yeah, Scott Dixon hasn't.
Yeah.
You know, so man, that'll be interesting. I think basically that's going to be a McLaren race to check. I'm not 100% certain Polo's going to finish the year. Not 100% certain.
Yeah, I think. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's really shocking.
It'll really depend on how his finishes
Yeah.
are the next couple of
we
races.
we got Iowa.
Yeah, doubleheader too. So
And then it's Indy the following week. Is it a week after or a week off?
no, week after.
Oh,
So there's
4 races in
5
3 weeks.
5 races in four weekends.
What's after Indy? Is Indy a doubleheader?
after Indy is Gateway.
And then
No, sorry, Nashville. My bad.
Nashville, and then
And then it's a week off.
Then Gateway.
Okay,
where did they
So-
finish the season?
so we had.
Sonoma, I think.
Oh no, sorry, you were right.
No, I'm sorry, Monterey.
4
Jesus,
races
wow.
In 3
3
weeks.
weekends.
Yeah,
So they did Toronto,
they take a week off after Indy, right?
then they go to Iowa this weekend, doubleheader. That's
Yeah.
2 races, and then they go to Indy
Yeah.
right after, and then they go to Nashville. No, that is 5.
Nashville's the week after
Yes.
Indy. Holy cripes!
Yeah, sorry.
And then
It is-
there's what after that?
and then it's a week off, and then they go to Gateway.
Yeah.
Or what worldwide
Yeah,
technology.
yeah.
And then another week off, and then they're in Portland, and then the weekend after that is Laguna.
The season finishes at Laguna.
Yes.
Oh,
on-
okay.
On,
All right.
September
that'll be-
11th.
Wow.
So
Jeez.
yeah,
Well, here you go. Yeah. So, oh man, the Pato slide. Wow.
but yeah,
Oh.
5 races in 4 weekends. Your season can turn upside down.
I
on
mean,
you real fast.
he's in 6th now. Dixon jumped him.
yeah.
He's 6th now, and let me just preface this: if Herta has a big weekend, Herta could jump him.
Well, and Dixon is tied with Newgarden,
Oh, and
and he's only
47 points out
from the
Yeah.
lead.
from the lead.
And he's
Marcus
nine,
Ericsson's getting top 5.
nine from
but
second.
So really, right now, you don't want to be Ericsson because man,
No.
it is one mistake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And Scott Dixon's gonna eat up any mistake you.
oh yeah,
Right.
we're yeah. This is like prime time for
Well,
Dixon.
and it's Iowa doubleheader. So if you like the ovals, then you like good mileage.
Yeah, Dixon.
Dixon is king of that.
Or if you want to go outside the box, I'm going with Connor Daly.
Yes.
Or Jimmy Johnson.
Wait, does Ed Carpenter show up?
I believe that
Oh.
does.
There's your surprise.
Oh yeah,
There's
I mean,
your guy.
everyone roots for Ed.
Well,
You can't.
yeah,
It's hard. It's hard not to.
Could you imagine both races go Carpenter racing 1, 2, 3? Oh, talk about upsetting the apple cart! Wow, talk about taking big points out of everybody.
That's
That
the
could
dream, that's
happen.
the dream scenario.
That
at
is the
Indy for
dream
him.
scenario. Yeah, that'd be crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Connor was at the test, and they were that was like an Andretti test.
Yeah.
And they're affiliated, and he was the fastest car there. So, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Pato slide. Wow. I just threw it out there, and now it's like come to he's had 2 bad races in a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Tough break. Anyways. Anyways, so
But
we'll see
I
what
want to
happens.
put it this way. Look, Connor Daly brought a Carlin car on pole at Iowa
Right.
before.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Oh
great to set
no.
up there.
Yeah. Yep.
He's proven talent.
I got a dumb question. Tony Khan's not running. He just did Indy this year, right?
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
So if Polo eats some bad racing.
Castro Neves, he might be a really good shot. He's won that race before, and like I think that was his last
So if Polo
win with Penske at that track.
If Polo has a bad corn dog at the world's biggest truck stop. Which I
I
did,
think you're good.
which I did see something on YouTube last night about, and I was absolutely amazed with it. I have this fascination with Buc-ee's truck stops
Oh yeah.
because it just like the whole thing cracks me up. But Christian's been to the world's largest truck stop, the Iowa 80 truck stop,
Yeah.
and that
How was
place
that?
place is ginormous.
Yeah.
Holy cripes! Holy hell!
I mean, literally just a truck stop in the middle of cornfields.
Yeah,
Like, that's all.
but it's got a dentist, it's got a chiropractor, it's got showers,
Yeah.
it's got like a food court, it's got a restaurant.
It's like a mini mall.
It's like a mini mall, and then you can get your truck, your big rig fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw this thing. It was on YouTube. I was just kind of killing time last night, and it was like this couple doing a van trip across America, and they spent 24 hours at that truck stop. It was hilarious.
I mean,
I don't think I want to spend 24 hours at that truck stop, but it was pretty
There's
fun.
nothing else around that truck stop. That's the thing. Nothing else is around it.
Anyways, so that's yeah. So I just saw that. That was kind of funny. But anyways, I digress. So yeah. So a lot could happen here. Interesting.
Yeah.
So
5 races and 4 weekends.
4 weekends.
A lot of moving can happen.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, to be quite frank, I'm also starting to think I think Ericsson's going to lose points a ton of points at Iowa.
I do too, but
I really see that happening.
But he could make them back at Indy.
the thing is,
Indy's not a double points race. Is that correct?
No,
No,
he's going to get at Nashville.
Nashville.
We got that crazy wind.
Wow, this is gonna talk about some tracks to finish out the season. It's gonna be wild.
yeah. So in the season left is 2 races at Iowa this weekend. Next weekend they go to Gateway or no. Oh, sorry. They go to Indy and do the road course there after Iowa, and then following that is the streets of Nashville, and then it's Gateway,
Right.
or Worldwide Technology, and then the last 2 races are Portland and then Laguna. So
Gotcha.
Great closing
Gotcha.
to a
Yeah.
season.
All right. So all right, that wraps up. Well, let's just take a quick look at the points. We got Ericsson, Power, Pelot, Newgard, and Dixon right now. Those are the ones above 300. From Power to Dixon, there's a separation of 9 points.
Yep.
And from Ericsson to Power, who's the closest, it's 35 points. And then to Dixon and Newgarden, it's 44 points.
Tied.
So 2, 1. Okay, let's move on to sports car racing. And unfortunately, for the first time, and I can't even.
10
Well,
years?
the COVID. We didn't go the COVID 2 years.
Well, there
Or
was
the
There's a
year.
race like that.
The 1 year.
The
one
1
year,
year they skipped.
right. So this has been, I can't even tell you how long we've been going to Lime Rock for an IMSA, AMS, Grand Am, whatever. We've been going for these events
Since I was in sixth
sixth grade. So God,
What
that's
does that put me?
you would
12?
at least 11 years, 10,
12.
12 years.
So,
And
Yeah, that's-
we've had Nate's
12 to 13
Nate's been
years,
part of
yeah.
our pack of people that's gone several times.
Multiple times.
Yep.
Including when it was like ALMS.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Which was
you were still there for the one of the greatest sports car racing weekends ever, which was the World Challenge.
Yeah.
And IMSA weekend with the Super Trofeo Lamborghini opener.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, wow. Anyways, we talked about that already. This is the first time in a long time none of us were there.
Yeah.
And part of the reason we didn't go was a couple things. Basically, last year we kind of came to the realization it's trying to, just not getting there, but we want to go and have a whole weekend of fun with the racing and stuff. We found ourselves in between the Michelin Pilot race and the IMSA race, which is the GT cars, which we have no problem with.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of sitting around and watching hot laps.
Yeah.
And there's only so many trips to the paddock you can do. Last year we were very fortunate. We we had some got a little behind the scenes tour at Turner.
Yeah.
But we, it's a lot to try and justify. I mean, we have a great time on Friday because there's a lot of action.
Yeah,
because there's 2 practice sessions and then the qualifying sessions.
Yeah, Friday they keep it filled, and then when race day comes, it's the 2 races and like a 5-minute warm up.
Honestly, this is where when this first format came out, it was good because they actually threw the LMP3 cars in. Remember the LMP3 cars ran?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that was the top class.
Yeah, that was like the first race. No. The LMP3 cars ran their own race.
Yeah, that was back when it was LMP.
Oh, okay,
LMPC,
prototype challenge. Yeah, but
that was good.
Yeah,
yes.
but it was LMP3 cars, and that was like the
Yeah.
first standalone race for the LMP3 cars in the U.S.
Yeah,
and it was. First off, walking around the paddock on Thursday afternoon, seeing those cars, it was awesome. Christian got an up close. I remember because one of the guys from 47 Motorsports, like the guy was like, "Oh, have a look,"
right?
And Christian and I were like, "These things are cool." And then they go on the track, and
this is the older generation of prototype.
It was the
challenge
very
cars,
first,
not the current.
Oh, you mean the open top cars? I was talking the LMP3 cars that ran. The LMP3 cars ran one year too by themselves. They had their own separate race, which was so there was the LMPC cars did run with the GT cars, which was awesome.
No, I don't think so.
I think you need to look it up because Nate remembers. Anyways, so you look it up. Regardless, it was when they had the LMP3 cars there. It was great. They were a lot of fun. The LMPC cars were awesome. They put on a good battle.
Those when they had all the bodywork off and everything.
Yeah.
When I looked at it, it was a Star Mazda car.
Just
with more bodywork.
But it was awesome. Those things were awesome, and they were tanks.
Yeah,
seriously tanks. They were so much. They were so cool, and they had a great sound.
Yeah,
and the LMP3 cars had a great sound too.
Oh yeah.
So but this year was like so. Last year we kind of so we got to this year to buy the tickets, and I was just like, I'm not going. And we were originally thinking of so we were thinking of rounding everybody up and going to Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had a karting conflict.
Yeah.
With that, so which we're going to resolve for next year.
Yeah.
But I think and I hate to say it, unless they do something and add another class to that event, we're probably
add another series.
Well, actually, next year they're no. I'm just saying next year IMSA has also announced the LMP3 and GT4.
Yeah, but how's that going to work?
I'm just saying if they bring that series there.
Yeah, but aren't the GT4 cars running in the IMSA Pilot, the Michelin Pilot Series?
But right now, there's still the Prototype Challenge Series that is going on.
Which I don't understand.
And
they don't
LMP3
just bring those cars. Those are the best cars. If they came, I would have been there.
I know.
I hate to say it.
You need three good series.
Right. Because I'll be honest with you, even if they brought the Lime Rock Spec Mazda series there, I'd watch that.
Well, and that's fine too, but I think they didn't even get marketed, so I don't even know if they were running this weekend.
They weren't. It was just the Pilot Challenge and GT.
No, but I thought one year they didn't even get marketed on there.
Right, they didn't.
And so you don't even know if they show up.
I looked at the detailed schedule that IMSA puts out, and it was no, it wasn't.
Okay.
It just so. Anyways, I mean, I'm not. It's not Lime Rock. That has nothing to do with Lime Rock. That has to do solely with IMSA. So people take up your gripe and mail it to IMSA because honestly, or vote with your wallet. Go somewhere. I don't want to vote against Lime Rock, but there's a better value for me to go to Watkins Glen, which is 3 hours more away.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but I will say this: 2 great races. Once again, the classes put on a great race for the fans, and there was a good crowd there and everything. Yep. It was warm, overcast. I don't think they had the torrential, life-threatening rainstorms that we sat through last year. But it was great. The Michelin Pilot race. The Porsche, the RS1 Porsche Cayman was on the pole. It was Stephen McAleer's co-driver. They had to draft somebody in because I forget who McAleer's driving with, but he's been hurt or something. So this kid like out of nowhere put it on pole. Like he's run GT4 cars before, and he stormed to the front. I mean, amazing job and that. So he was doing a great job. And then and the rest of the field followed. I mean, we had the Murillo Motorsports Mercedes, and then the Turner car with Dylan McIvern unfortunately hit problems right away. So that was Turner's highest car. So that, unfortunately, they had a pit, so they had to do a fix. And then it was from the rest of the race on. It was a great battle, and I was amazed at like just how the leaders were cutting through the field and stuff. There was one big incident in the race. It involved Eric Foss and Matt Plum. Foss is kind of second in the championship, and he was kind of defending Plum, and Plum was kind of getting a little aggressive. He was giving him, the old chrome horn on, and kind of dangerously on the Porsche, because that Porsche is water cooled. Was giving him the chrome horn, kind of getting all over him, and then as they came out of West Bend, Foss's teammate got balked heavily, and then Plum tried to dive down the inside. Well, when he did that, he left an opening. Foss went for it. Then Plum decided to come back across the track, and as he did, right as they went under the bridge, basically Foss hooked him, and the Porsche went right to the right into the barrier on the close side under the bridge, just after the abutment to the bridge, and then bounced off, got air, and then bounced across the track. Thankfully, didn't hit anybody. I mean, because fortunately, like there were a bunch of TCR cars in back, and it's kind of skidded down into the bottom of the downhill and into the off into the waste area there. So, but man, that was a big one. And they had it took a little while because they had to straighten the guardrail out. And then from then on, so that kind of mixed everything up. And then the BMW from I'm sorry, not the BMW, but who was leading? Kyle Marcelli was leading in the Mustang, and the only thing was folks that started to kind of run short with gas. They were kind of trying to save gas and stuff, and fuel. Sorry, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Robin Liddell comes. 20 laps to go. He's charging through the field, and Liddell gets. There's a radio call. You'll catch him in 10 laps at the pace you're running. And Liddell that guy is an animal. And that Mustang was hauling. And he came through the field and chased everybody down. And then he got by Marcelli and then took the lead, and he kind of sprinted off into the distance. And then kind of in the rest of the podium, it was kind of a battle. Marcelli held on for a podium with his co-driver, Sheena Monk. And then I don't know. I'm trying to think who finished second.
Volt? Aston Martin?
Oh, the Aston Martin. Oh, sorry. Yeah. The Aston Martin, the Volt Aston Martin finished second. After that was another stellar drive. So great race there. TCR was just that was a dog show. I mean, seriously, that was like a dogfight. Honestly, they were just going at it the entire race. The Hyundais were all over the place. The Alpha had a tough one, which I was surprised. Car really wasn't handling well, but the winners were Chris Miller and part of the JDC Miller car. Their Audi got spun out, and they ended up at the back of the TCR field. I mean, they literally they were running fifth, and they got basically taken out. And got the car gathered up, started turning laps, came on, dumped it off to his co-driver, and the kid, I think it's Mike Taylor. He drove through the field like a man possessed through the TCR field. But then the Hyundai started mixing it up with each other. Mm-hmm. And then some guy, it was just crazy what was going on. And then Wickens and Wilkins started on pole, but the car, they had issues all day. I don't know what was going on. I think the Hyundais, they were actually eating the tires up because they had been told to the tires were just, because they're front wheel drive, and it was really kind of hot. The tires were really heating up. So the Hyundais, for whatever reason, were eating through their tires, whereas the Audi and the Alfa and the other cars weren't doing.
Aren't all those
Right.
TCR cars?
They're all front wheel drive. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just like certain cars just eat the tires some days.
Right. Yeah. It depends.
You know,
on the setup.
it's
yeah.
unfortunate though. The Honda was there was I don't think there was one Honda. Christian's kind of looking just to double check, which is
No, there was.
who was that? Was
Victor Gonzalez and Carl Whitmer.
Carl Whitman. Which guys? Which team? Does it say what team they were?
No, it just.
Oh,
says,
is that the Copeland guys?
It's number 99.
It might be the Copeland guys, but like LA Speed World wasn't there, and Atlanta Motorsports wasn't there. So
That's too bad.
yeah. So anyways, so great race. That was a fun entertainment to kick the weekend off, and then the GT race. In which it's painful. 15 cars. I mean.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the 15 cars put on a tremendous race.
Yeah.
Tremendous race. The Corvette was definitely, I don't want to say out to lunch, but it was struggling. And again, the Corvette is the Corvette that is a it's a GTLM car dumbed down to GT3.
Yeah.
It's not a true GT3 car.
They had to modify it.
Yeah.
After they had the rules.
So they had a few things going on, and then the FAF Porsche was just
they've been on a roll the past couple races.
On a roll. Campbell and
It's been their
Jaminet.
year.
Campbell and
They
Jaminet.
won
They won
Daytona,
Daytona in spectacular fashion.
Yeah,
But,
it's their season.
Yeah, their season is right. So they did a great job. I think Harder Racing finished second.
Yep.
And then third was
Vassar Sullivan.
That was Hawksworth and Barnacote.
Yep.
And then in GTD AM, I'm going to just say this. Hard luck 2 weekends in a row to the Lexus guys, to Frankie Montecalvo, and is it Kyle Kirk who was driving with him? Aaron Telitz. Jesus, they were they were doing well, and then they just had end of the race. Telitz, the hood comes up on the car, and he's basically driving blind, and it's coming up on the left side of the car, so he can't. So when he goes into the right-hander, which is every corner on the track, he can't see the apex. And I mean, he tried for 2 laps, and he had to come in. Mm-hmm. And then the best was last lap. Sellers is like closing, but he's not going to make it to get to first. Mm-hmm. And it was the Windward Racing Mercedes.
Yes.
It was a Russell Ward.
Yep.
And I feel bad because he did a great job keeping the car up front. Runs out of fuel under the bridge.
Yeah.
And you can coast
but you're a sitting duck.
You're a sitting duck because Sellers was coming with
it's more so
everything.
Flat out coming down that hill.
Sellers caught him right at the bottom of the hill on the outside and took the win. So congrats to Brian Sellers and Madison Snow on that. And that was a home win for Paul Miller Racing from New Jersey and for BMW, who's based in New Jersey. So good for them. They've been there. Paul Miller Racing, longtime combatants at Lime Rock Park. So that was good to see. And third place was?
Third place was Carbon.
Oh, Carbon. They rebounded after getting hosed at Watkins Glen in a big way.
In the Lamborghini.
Yeah. So. Which shout out to the guys at TR3 Racing for lending them the Lamborghini, because the Carbon guys Lamborghini got annihilated at Watkins Glen by 2 LMP2 guys that just didn't care. Yeah. So
it was Robert McGinnis and
Jeff Westphal. So good for them. Jeff Westphal wrote a great article on Sports Car 365 this week, talking about the Lime Rock and what they went through to get there. So if you want to read a great story about what a team has to go through, I do. From what I heard on the TV broadcast, which I think was from Calvin Fish, they spent over $750,000 to get that car back on track at Lime Rock for a race that probably pays you about $2,000. Yeah. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's a lot of coin that went down the drain because 2 guys, had to, play rental card. So at Watkins Glen. So shout out to those guys and to the help that they got from their fellow Lamborghini compatriots. So good on them. Yeah. Breaking news. We've got a special guest call tonight. We have Chris Catalano, former F1 Boston competitor, league racer, also K1 participant for
Yeah.
Nate and Christian up at K1 when they were there. So Chris, fortunately, Chris, thanks for taking the time to join us. Chris is going to give us kind of a recap of the NASCAR event at NHMS this weekend, and hopefully a little modified action would be great too.
Yeah.
So Chris, thanks for joining us on short notice. Appreciate it, and welcome to the
Hey.
podcast.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. Thanks for having me. I've heard great things. I'll definitely be tuning in more often. But yeah, this is neat.
Someday you can watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe. Anyways,
Or spot it on Spotify.
Anyways, I'll turn it over to I'll turn it over to our Q&A panel, which is Christian and Nate and Chris, and you guys can go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Nate, where do you want to start?
Loudon. Well, should we start with Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start with Saturday.
Okay, all right. Did you see that modified race?
I did. So I may have had a little too much to drink on Saturday, and I just realized how old I'm actually getting, and I can't handle these 12% ABV drinks that I was pounding. So I kind of wish I hadn't, because it was one of the best Xfinity races I've seen there in a while. And I know that the wheeling guys put on typically the best show of the weekend. So
Well, it's talent taker for them.
yeah,
for those cars.
Which event was better though, the Xfinity or the Wheeling?
well, I hate to admit this, but I did not stick around for the ending of Wheeling.
Oh,
I only saw
no.
which is sacrilege. I know.
All right. So can you give us
I saw
It's YouTube gold.
all right,
I saw 60 laps of it, and in the 60 laps of it I really enjoyed what I saw. There was a lot of really tight racing, some contacts, nothing too dirty. I saw the big one that happened in front of me. It was a good race, but most of my focus was on the Xfinity race. So I was sitting in turn 1 with a friend, and you know what? For Loudon Xfinity, I was not disappointed. There was a lot of action. Surprisingly so for Loudon. There were 2 big ones. I actually can't recall the last time I've seen 2 airborne cars at Loudon. One of which was the crazy Ryan Sieg rear end 7 feet off the ground incident. Over off at turn 2. That was pretty wild. And then Brandon Jones hard hit on the inside wall off of or down the front stretch. So it's pretty crazy. I was rooting for that Julia girl that made her debut. Really hoping that she would have done better than she did, but unfortunately, when you get taken out by a veteran, it's not a great situation. But yeah, no. Justin Allgaier unfortunately turned her and ruined her day. So that wasn't great for her, but I was kind of placing bets with my friend on how long she'd last, and I said 50 laps. She made it 36, I think. So not great, but the action was good. I got a little bit of the Noah versus Hemrick incident off of
again.
4. Yes, again. So I know they're buddies. They like to hug it out a lot. So
especially at Atlanta.
I'm just kind of looking at the results there, and Nate Noah Gragson. Gagson.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. The R is silent, right?
He's French.
Chris, he's one of our favorites here. We he needs to be put in a fence.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
It's coming.
He's a putz. Yeah. I mean, if his mullet, it drives me insane to begin with. But he's just the kid's kind of got it coming. I mean, I don't know.
Did he get into it with Landon Castle?
He who did he not get into?
Okay.
Yeah, but honestly,
right.
There's a huge list that
it's like a weekly thing for him. But I only really saw the Hemrick incident.
Okay.
Yeah, in the cut tire and the spins and what was involved, but everyone kind of knew, he may get involved with something. Yeah. And Junior's kind of at his boiling point because before he was letting it go.
Yeah,
I
think you're right.
He and Kelly were kind of letting things go, and then they really sat him down after last weekend, and then and then especially after Loudon, he was just junior. Was just like, yeah, he's got to kind of change his ways. So.
You're not referencing Road America when he took out 9/10 of the field.
Yeah, that's just
right.
something, but it's.
I'm Nate. I'm kind of surprised that Sage didn't make the drive up from Nazareth, PA, to New Hampshire and wait for him.
Yeah, to just give him a knuckle sandwich for free.
WWE him in the parking lot, give him a neck snap in the parking
with a chair.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a chair. Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like the drama. Sometimes it's just a little excessive, and it's almost cringy now. It's cringy with how many people he's kind of taking out and just kind of making an idiot of himself. So, but what are you gonna do? It's part of it. He's just got to grow up. So if he's gonna be looking for a cup ride.
Were there any let me put it this way. Back when NHMS first opened, were there any locals that kind of dropped in on the field, or was it still just pretty much and Nate, you would know probably too.
Yeah, they did, and I'm not too familiar with who was racing in the Xfinity field as much, but I know like Teddy Christopher.
Yeah, back
definitely
in the day.
ran a cup race. Yeah. My first race. So my first race is there, and I've been to every Loudon race since 05.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. So
we're gonna have you on every year.
Yeah, my first cup race actually, Ted Christopher was in. I don't think he finished the race, but at least he was in it in 05. And then I don't know if Stefanik. I want to say Mike Stefanik has run either or.
He has
in the past.
Yep, he has.
And God rest their soul, both of them are no longer with us. But so it's cool to see some local guys.
I didn't know if it's Teddy Christopher's son, right? He's running modifieds now, right?
Yes, he's running modifieds. Yeah. I don't know if he was. There's another Catalano, awesomely enough, in the full schedule of Whelen. Is Tommy Catalano. So, and I think if it's his brother or son, I'm not too familiar with the family, but it's cool to see him run out there.
That's cool. Yeah, I did see that Sheldon Creed. He's my hero. I love this guy.
Yeah,
I do. I love him.
He's cool. What was the clip I saw? He was kind of a mediator for an incident between who was that? Was Ty? Oh, it was Ty. Yeah, it was after the race.
Oh, no.
Ty.
Ty.
No. You're thinking of something else, Sean.
It was a Dylan. It was a Dylan-filled weekend, is what it was.
A Dylan in a hill, maybe Austin Hill.
It was a Dylan in a hill, and at the last minute, a young Sheldon Creed comes in to mediate and asks if his bro is okay.
Yeah, a young Robbie Gordon Jr. That's like his protege. But until Robbie's son Max is eligible to run in NASCAR.
Yeah, so it was an interesting race for sure.
Wow, Elgar and Trevor Bain. Trevor Bain, like it.
Trevor Bain, I was really hoping to see him get his first win for Gibbs. He's probably really sick of getting seconds by now, but he came close again, so he's definitely proven what it takes to come back.
And the Dinger was running.
You know what? He was doing well. I was rooting for him. He got wrecked in that front stretch wreck with Brandon, so that kind of screwed things up. But there was some excitement in the. I was rooting for Landon Castle. I was really hoping he could pull off a win.
Yeah.
And then of course he finished third, and then had his third place taken away from him.
He was disqualified. Fortunately, he did finish one place higher than Noah Gregson. Sorry.
Yeah. And I guess the saving grace for Julia's debut was that she finished ahead of two well-known racers in that race.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel bad for Landon. But Noah could. Yeah, not enough bad things can happen to him.
So in Allgaier, I wasn't overly surprised to see him win, but it was a good race overall. So
and Nate,
I was happy to see that.
Your man Will Byron, solid DNF.
Willie B.
Solid DNF.
Yeah.
And
he did not finish.
To cap the night off well, I got myself some Buffalo Wild Wings after the race, and I ran into Drew Herring and
there you go,
and Brett Griffin, who hosts Door Bumper Clear. So,
that podcast. That's a good one. That's on the Dirty Mo Media, Dale Jr.
I love
podcast.
it. Yeah, Dirty Mo. So the DBC guys are pretty popular these days. I ran into him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was cool to talk to.
Dirty Mo just picked up Connor Daly's podcast too. Maybe they'll pick up ours.
Yeah, maybe
One
these
of
things
these
are
days,
taking
Sean.
off.
Yeah.
So
Well, hey, we're trying to put Formula Hooligans out of business.
Yeah,
but-
see, once they get rid of Noah Gregson, then they'll decide to take us.
No, he's gonna put Truex in the car. So Truex,
Ryan?
he's gonna put
Or-
Ryan in the car, and then
Yeah.
Martin's gonna drive the Cup car because he let that slip.
Oh, jeez.
That is gonna be awesome. If Martin Truex is driving for Dale Jr., I'm in 100%.
No, Sean, have you? I'm just thinking of this now. Have you seen the modified finish?
No, I haven't seen it. Don't.
Oh, just,
Oh,
I know. I gotta go watch it.
Yeah.
Everyone watch
no,
the
I want
modified
to hear
finish.
his reaction. I want to hear
I-
his reaction.
Look, I will watch it and I'll report back. All right. I mean, I love the modifieds. That's
It's,
my favorite thing. Modifieds and
it
super
was
modifieds. I
an
love it.
interesting finish.
So-
Yeah, it was a popular
so-
win. It was a first-time winner. So
So-
and he's local to me, so that's pretty cool.
That's
too.
cool. So, Chris, real quick, you said you were down in the pit road area on Saturday. How did one procure that access?
So yeah, that was actually on Sunday. So my
Sunday.
friend- Yes.
big time in us.
So
The big
my
day.
friend picked us up some tickets for that, and unfortunately, it didn't play out the way I wanted it to because about a minute and 45 seconds after we stepped foot onto the track itself, we got evacuated.
Oh,
lightning in the area.
Oh,
Yeah, we were just about to watch driver intros, had a front row seat,
Did they
and I was
Can I ask a question? Was Kid Rock
Yeah.
gonna play before the show, like at the Daytona 500?
I don't know.
Don't they have somebody?
Yeah, nothing. They don't really have anyone major for Loudon. It's just-
Larry,
Yeah, it's
Larry
not
the
really
Lobster, Larry the Lobster, or anything.
That's
Nothing.
about it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and Milo the Moose is about the biggest
Milo
attraction.
the
they
Moose.
have.
Did you stay up there?
No, so I only live about 50 minutes, so I just did my back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
but
you go to Buff
so
Wild,
unfortunately,
was Buff Wild Wings in Concord, New Hampshire?
yes, that's the one in Concord. Yeah, right off the highway. So,
Must have been
but
a
the
big
lightning
night there.
strike, the lightning strike 7 miles away, kind of ruined our pit road experience. But at least I got myself in a fist bump with Tyler Reddick
Nice.
and
Nice.
a
Nice, and that cup winner now.
Yes,
Nice.
which was sweet. Congratulated him on that, and then kind of gave my buddy Dale Jr. a high five there too.
Oh, that's
So,
cute.
Yes.
Did you give him a hug?
so that was cool.
I like Dale Jr. I like Dale.
Yeah, he's bad. He's bad.
Yeah, no, we had for the Cup race, we had some decent seats just to the
Excellent.
right of start finish.
Nice.
So we were up, row 40 or so,
All right.
and
How did
after
that race
Yeah.
go down? Good? Bad?
I was skeptical. Given that the next gen car didn't have the greatest track record earlier in the year on flat tracks.
Yeah.
But they did make some improvements, and then St. Louis gave me hope because that race was actually decent. So I was like, as long as these guys bring their St. Louis setups or whatever, I'm actually hoping for a good race, and it actually turned out to be pretty good, in my opinion. I've seen some questionably good races, and I've seen some horrible races at Loudon, and I've seen some good races at Loudon.
I've seen
this
some
one-
snoozers at Loudon.
So this one wasn't a snoozer. Wasn't
Nope.
well, has there ever been a classic?
Jeff Burton winning it and leading every single lap.
Every single lap
That-
in
that sounds like-
2001 or 2000. Yeah.
Okay, that was pre-stage, right?
That was pre like
Pre-stage,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Okay,
That was the
well,
first
that's good.
race after they lost to Adam. Petty, so.
That's right. Yeah, they've had.
yeah.
Yeah, let's not. We've had some tough luck.
But that was a bad NASCAR
We've had
year
some tough
anyway.
luck at. We've had tough luck at NHMS. So
Yeah.
Anyways.
So in terms of rating, I would say this is up there among one of the better
Alright.
races. The first half wasn't particularly exciting. I mean, Truex led like 170 some odd laps. So, but as soon as setups got they made some adjustments. There was a lot more side by side. Restarts were 3 and 4 wide at times. Contact. There was more contact than in years past, and the cars were actually able to withstand it, which is neat.
So when you say contact, was it like, the
In-
bump
in
and
the
run. which is-
turns,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
bump and
I'm
run
fine.
type
I'm fine
stuff.
with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, not as much as actually the Xfinity race, but
Okay.
in the
Cup
Cup race,
race,
there was
yeah.
some nice side-by-side battles. Probably incidents where you'd typically see a car spin, but actually didn't. So that was neat to see. There was some drama, obviously the Brad and Austin incident, which I have no idea where that came from.
Which I got a lot to say about that.
So Nate, yeah, let's let Nate. So did Grandpa get involved with a weapon after the race?
Yeah, no, Richard Childress did not throw his.
He didn't. Because honestly, like if he stepped in, I think Keselowski's, if his dad was still alive, would have stepped in. That would have been awesome. That would have been like
Jack Roush would have taken his hat off.
Yeah, that would have been old man on old man. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, so did John Henry get involved?
Yeah.
Sorry, he didn't. He didn't know. He didn't even know what was going on. Anyways, so once again, we had a post race penalty. I still love this with the new. What do they call these, Chris? Gen 3? What are
next gen
cars?
Yeah,
I love this. We had a loose wheel nut. We have one wheel nut, gentlemen. Let's. How do we get that on there?
Wasn't there 5 before, Sean?
Huh?
Wasn't there 5 lug nuts before?
It was 5 before.
There was so we had 4 times 5, 20 lug nuts that these guys could get on. Yeah. We got one center lug wheel nut that we got to get on.
Yeah, you got a crew of like Cat the Hat.
And what I find amazing was this was on Team Penske, who has experience with center lug wheel nuts on both their sports car programs and their IndyCar program. Dude, Nate, they need New Garden's guy. That's what they need. New Garden's guy.
Well, Sean, guess whose pit crew won the race?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right. So I digress. Hey, Chris, I have this obsession with center lug wheel nuts on NASCAR. I just can't figure it out. Anyways,
it's an interesting concept, but it doesn't. They seem to be having trouble with it.
Yeah, they seem to be having trouble, especially when you can get them on a Formula One car and an Indy car. And
we only have 6 races left in the regular season here, and we had a wheel incident right in front of me at the race, and. So young Austin Cindric is his crew chief's going on vacation.
Yeah, he's going to the penalty box for a bit.
Yeah, and you know what? There's been a lot of drama today about the inconsistencies in the rule there because young Christopher Bell got away with it back in Atlanta. But I understand the reasoning. Right. This was a little more excessive. The wheel rolled through like 10 pit stalls, whereas his didn't really at all.
I don't see the danger in that.
It was going pretty quick. I mean, in person, it ended up in Denny's pit stop in his box, and
after an incident in a F1 Pro League event, you asked me how are you doing, and then I turned around and threw tossed a tire to you that came off my cart. After a tunnel incident with some other folks, and you stopped by to ask how you doing, and I gave you the tire. So, anyways, moving on.
That's always fun.
Anyways, it's a good time. So that leads us to the finish, and this I am obsessed with this. How many races? We have 6 races left.
6 left, yeah.
So each week when we've kind of glommed onto this, we've noticed that we haven't had a lot of repeat winners in NASCAR at the Cup level. And once again, we had a first-time winner. And once again, that person is now allegedly locked in.
Yeah. So it's an interesting year. It's exciting to see that we're up to 14 winners.
I just love the chaos that this is going to Chris, I just love the chaos this is going to create.
It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to the wide variety in the next 6 races, and I would say arguably that Loudon was a wild card, and it actually turned into being so because Excellent. Chris got his first win of the season. I wouldn't have picked him to do that, which I was really surprised, and I wish I'd picked him in fantasy. And but
the crazy thing is, he's been on our radar list of guys to do that because the guy that really unfortunately the guy that really would have thrown this for a loop crashed out last week at Atlanta. Yeah. Because if Corey LaJoie won, this thing would have been all over the place. Yeah.
But remember now,
I know.
Corey, and I know it would have been exciting. But
I know.
Corey
He's
was
not eligible. I know because he's not running.
barely.
Well,
Because you have to be within the top 30 in points.
so
he's like
can
first.
I ask a dumb question? Let's say LaJoy won the Daytona 500. No, I know, Nate. You know where I'm going with this. I mean, I just like that this whole thing's kind of like it's like the dog chasing his tail now, like for NASCAR, because like this is like the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Is that all these, and it's like at some point there's gonna be more winners that get locked into this thing, and there's gonna be lawyers involved, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's like gonna prove my point that this playoff thing is dumb. That's all
whoever's questioning whether they should get into NASCAR this season needs to get into the next 6 races because it's gonna be insane.
Yeah,
because
we were uneducated. We kind of threw out that at Watkins Glen if Kimmy won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then Christian looked it up and goes, "Yeah, he's not eligible." And we're like,
Yeah.
So anyway.
So we literally have 3 guys that surely should have won by now between the veterans, the Harvick.
Yep.
And
Nate's guy. Nate's boy.
Harvick.
So
Keselowski.
And I've thrown Keselowski out. He's out to sea. I don't know what's going on with him.
No. You know what? He could listen.
Daytona is only
top 10 at Loudon, and you know what? Look, Austin Dillon, being Austin Dillon, nothing new. Just he has his own little cute show that he does on whatever.
Yeah, we know.
That he just pisses me off, man,
he
so
pisses
much.
me off too.
He threw a little slap at Keselowski on the back straightaway. Keselowski threw it.
Just destroys his own car and him in the process.
Move.
Yeah. So
get out of here.
It was fun to see. I'm actually disappointed. I was so far away from the action. But
this is great.
This is gonna get good because Brad's only real shot I think at winning is Daytona, and he's gonna drive through everyone he can to get there.
Can I ask a dumb question? When is Daytona?
Daytona is the regular season finale.
Oh, it's and we're not on. Can I ask a dumb question? We're not on the Roval, right? We're not the.
No, this is the actual oval.
This is okay. So can I ask a question? Why don't they run the Daytona? Back in the day, they used to run the Firecracker 400.
Yeah.
Right. They used to call it the Firecracker 400, and they had the guy come. Well, one of the. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, why didn't they do that? Like, because that's when Dale Jr. cemented himself after his dad's bad accident.
The Pepsi 400 was the one he won. Yeah. And then it became the Coke, and then the Coke Zero 400, and all this other nonsense.
So now they moved They've moved it to be the regular season finale.
Well, I actually enjoyed it better for the 4th of July weekend.
I do too.
Yeah.
They moved Indy over there, and they're like, "Hey, let's switch things up." And then everyone's like, "What the hell is this?"
All right. So anyways,
you want to know what the best finish was? Hang on. No, the best finish was when Tony Stewart turned Kyle Busch. That was
in 09, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I'm shocked. A NASCAR race where a guy turned a guy. Anyways.
Yeah.
But Daytona is going to get exciting, and young Bubba Wallace had an excellent weekend. Let's just say that.
Had a better weekend.
Wait a minute. Let's just talk about that for a second. I believe Christopher Bell had a better weekend, and you can thank Bubba's pit crew for that.
He can indeed. But strides were made, and at a tough track when it was 90 some odd degrees out.
There we go.
I would say Bubba arguably did pretty well.
All right.
But that being said, he's not going to show up until Daytona, where he will be in front up there with Brad.
Right.
Oh, here's what you got going on. Keselowski's going to turn Bubba, or it's going to be the opposite. It's just
Bubba's another one of those funny Corey LaJoy situations, except slightly better because he's not as down there in points.
My dream scenario would be that Logano turns them and they both get collected.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I'm not going to.
If he wins, Sean, you want Logano to win?
No, I said Logano turns them and they both get collected.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm thinking Bubba and Keselowski.
No, and Harvick swoops in for the victory.
Yep, there you go.
There we go.
I thought Harvick wins it anyways.
Those guys are sweating, that's for sure.
For America.
I'm excited.
for America.
Yeah, those guys are sweating it out the rest of the season, and it's going to get interesting because I think there's probably a very high likelihood that we're going to have another 2 new winners this season.
Do we have a Talladega event between now and the end of the regular season?
Oh,
or
playoff.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
All right, that does. I'm sorry. We get to playoffs. I'm just looking for chaos between now and the end of the season.
No, we have a nice collection of road courses and super speedways and all kinds of fun
at
stuff.
this point, I believe we have 14 different winners or 13.
14.
14.
14.
In
2 spots left,
the
Sean.
letter of the law, as they say in NASCAR, those 14 are technically locked in because they won.
Yeah.
They are.
And they are full-time, legit things like Corey LaJoy would have been thrown out, and I would have sent a nasty email to NASCAR. But hey, anyways, so this is gonna end badly. This really is.
Yeah, because
They need somebody who's won has. You know what's gonna happen? Truex is gonna win.
I know. Like,
No, Chris,
And like-
Chris, you got to bear with us because this is what we're living for right now. And I when we came onto the podcast, I knew Christopher Bell won, but I just hadn't like zoned in on it because every week when we talk about it, we're talking about a first time winner, and we were like last week was like chaos, and then that kind of led us down the Kimmy path, and then Christian looked it up and was like, "No, they can't get in," and we're like, So, but who out there right now that's outside the points? So Nate, outside the cup points, who out there could win a race and do it?
Justin Haley.
Keselowski.
Yeah, Keselowski.
Keselowski and Harvick,
No,
right?
you know what's dumb? Oh, Keselowski is 29th, like just barely top 30.
Yeah.
And if he has like a terrible race, he's like going to be 31st and win a race and not make it.
All right. Okay.
I would say that honestly, the most likely chance of between Bubba and Brad would be at Daytona. Anywhere else, I don't really see a first-time winner.
And if there's a God on this earth or in this world that a Dylan will not win.
Yeah, I'm not really counting on a Dylan.
Thank God.
No,
All right.
but Ricky Stenhouse. There you go.
Ricky too. Nate now really threw a wrench into things.
Wow, Ricky Stenhouse. Has the Dinger won an event yet?
He did.
Oh, so the Dinger has
No.
Wait.
He
No,
did
not
last
this
year. I'm sorry.
Last
He
year,
won
yeah.
last
Last year.
Indianapolis.
So the Dinger. What? Do we have any road courses between now and then?
We have 2 more.
Yeah, Watkins Glen.
Oh, the Dinger at Watkins Glen.
Actually,
There we go.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if Colleague gives him a good piece for Watkins Glen, he could very easily.
Yeah. And then Kimmy's,
No, Kimmy.
Kimmy. No. Kimmy's second. No. The
Kimmy's
Dinger
Kimmy
first.
right there.
Kimmy's second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dinger's not going to let Kimmy win at Watkins Glen.
No. The Dinger will run him into the wall if he has to. Come on. The Dinger.
He
The
was
Dinger's.
through
I love
Ambrose
the
in the
Dinger.
wall one time.
I love Dinger.
it may come down to the Dinger and Chase Elliott show again at Watkins
yeah, but
Glen.
Chase Elliott. I like Chase Elliott because I like when the fire horn rings in Dawsonville. That's my
Yeah, that's pretty
I
neat.
love it. All right, so that's good. Yeah, so wow. All right, look at that. We got some firsthand reporting from the race.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I know I could go on forever, but I know you guys
No, Chris,
do your
this is
thing.
what we need. We need. We're looking to bring some talent to the show in many aspects. I don't get to watch NASCAR a lot. I spent my weekend before watching NASCAR truck racing at Mid Ohio, and I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was a great race.
I was absolutely obsessed because Parker Kligerman won, and I like Parker Kligerman. And Parker Kligerman did the pits at Lime Rock for the IMSA race, and then hustled his ass up to New Hampshire to do the pits for the NASCAR race. So Parker gets full props after
Parker
winning.
seems like a really cool dude,
He
and
is.
you always have to root for him because he's our local guy as
Yes,
well.
he is.
Connecticut.
He's from here. That's right. That's right. Anyways, all right. Well, Chris, thanks a lot. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It was great fun talking about, the race, and hope to do it again soon. I usually pay really close attention to a lot of these races, so if you ever need any feedback or on drama or any incidents or whatever, I'd be happy to do it.
Oh, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'll catch you guys soon.
Cool.
All right, so that was awesome. Great to have Chris join us. kind of caught him off guard there a little bit, but I appreciate making the time, and it was a welcome addition to the podcast. So let's move on to something that Nate kind of got to live out a lifetime dream and became a stock car driver this past weekend.
Sure
So,
did.
Nate,
Yeah, no, since 2003.
This has been your dream since 2003?
Yeah.
Excellent.
First NASCAR race.
When we met him, he wanted to be a NASCAR driver.
That's right. Well, yeah, I kind of, anyways.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, Nate, but then he kind of gravitated. To doing Skip Barber, and he did amazingly great against some people that I don't know. Yeah. They got ahead of Nate somehow, but anyways, yet they finished behind him. Anyways, at the shootouts. So Nate, let's talk about this. I mean, honestly, I saw your social media post on Instagram about this, and I was like,
yeah, dude, you kept us out of the loop on this one.
Out of the loop on this one.
I wanted to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, congratulations! It sounded like an awesome event. So you want to describe to everyone what you did?
Well, so there's a bit of a prologue to it. So I'm a front office manager at a hotel. Yeah, hang on. This is how I got it. So, no, I got the one man. I gotta think. But no, this guy, who's a guest at the hotel with his wife. His wife is a traveling nurse, and he got hit. Her husband, Gary Heisel, Gary and Tracy. They got the. I asked if it was okay if I could put their name on the podcast, and they said please. Like, it's totally okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, so Gary, he's really into like football. So like he has like all like they're from Florida. So he has like he's always wearing like Tampa Bay Buccaneers stuff.
Can I ask a question? Is he wearing old school Tampa Bay? I mean, I'm talking the Buccaneer, the
like 2003.
No, like 1970s swashbuckler, like pre-Brady stuff. Is he wearing?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. As long as it's pre-Brady, I don't care.
He's
That's cool.
He's like
That's fine.
Tampa Bay, Clearwater.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I think stuff like around there. Kind of Tampa Bay person. Yeah. Right. So he it's their 10-year anniversary coming up, and his wife bought him this thing, the 10 laps at Seekonk, to the Rusty Wallace racing experience. And long story short, he couldn't do it, and it's non-refundable. But it's fully transferable.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And the first person he thought of, because I was talking about the podcast.
Oh my God, Nate!
I was talking about racing.
Holy shit!
And he's serious? Like, "Hey, Nathan, look, I got to tell you something. It's my anniversary coming up. Tracy tried buying me something, but it doesn't work out. So I do you want to do 10 laps at Seekonk?" And my jaw fell to the fucking floor. Like, it was like, please, like, what? Like, can you, like, I wanted to make sure I heard that right. I had him, like, can you say that again? Like, what? And so he told me, yeah, right? Like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
That's awesome.
So he was like, tell me, all right, you need to get, like, this Sunday off. And it was like, on Thursday, he let me know. I was like, oh my God. Like, and so I was like, yeah, right? Oh, yeah, right. Come on, Alex. It works. No, I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious.
Not recommending doing that.
Anyways.
But, anyway, so.
That's how you ended up doing this.
Right.
That is crazy.
So, yeah.
All right. Props to your friends there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good, solid people there.
Yeah.
All right. You want to give him, Nate, give him another shout out.
Yeah, Gary and Tracy Heisel, thank you very much. They're really cool people. So
that's awesome. They're gonna garner us thousands.
Yeah, I'm really thankful they thought of me. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
That doesn't happen every day.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Really thankful. You know what I mean? So
it's kind of like the time I took you out for sushi.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, that turned out to be the last night of F1 Boston history or X1. So, shit, man. Oh my God.
Anyways, moving on. So
So
what was the experience like, Nate?
it
Because
was.
Seekonk's a pretty cool little track.
It's one of the first tracks I went to.
Yep.
Like I went to New Hampshire Motor Speedway in like when I was like 8, and I saw like the then Busch Series race, and David Green won.
You know what the sad part is, Nate? Before
What?
you were born, there was this place called Westboro Speedway.
Yeah, and it would have been right next to me because I grew up in Berlin.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
right
God.
behind the Ford dealership on Route 9. Don't ask me how I know about that, but I know about it. I've been there.
I didn't ask.
Anyways, my dad actually did a race there. So. Anyways.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, okay.
So,
Badass.
anyways, so what was?
So anyway, Seekonk was the next track I've been to. I've seen some late model races there, and it's cool. Dodge Weekly Series, at least that's when it was. Now the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Series, Weekly Series.
Right.
So
what kind of
race there now?
What kind of cars did you end up in?
It was
Late model.
A stock car, but it's like a smaller than like a late model. So I don't know exactly what to call it, but the rest of the cars were pretty darn
kind of
close
in
to,
between a street stock and a late model.
Driving it felt like a street stock.
All right. Well, because street
Like,
stock is
compared to iRacing.
street stock, yeah. But I'm just kind of trying to just give our
Had a little more downforce, like it had a wing.
Millions of listeners, what it was. I mean, it looked pretty cool.
It was so gnarly.
So, what was your experience like in terms of you've done the Skip Barber series tryout with what are those?
Well, you've done the
Formula
the
Fords?
school and then the shootout, right?
Right. The shootout was
Lime Rock,
was
and
the,
then
was the shootout.
Sebring.
What was the shootout with? Formula Fords?
Or
Formula
Mazdas, but
Formula
they had
Mazda.
the
So
Dodge
similar to
Neon
what you did
engines.
with, similar to what you did with the Bertel Roos program.
More or less, yeah. Those cars.
The Bertel Roos cars were
the
old
okay.
Skips.
All right. So in terms
I
of
drove.
this is probably the most high powered car that you've done on a track.
That I've driven, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
By far.
All right.
Because this car had somewhere north of 500 horsepower.
Awesome. And in talking to you before we started the recording, you were kind of mentioning that they just kind of gave you kind of some guidance and then they turned you loose.
Yeah, so they did like I want to say like, at least for the school I was in, they did like a 30 to 40 minute instruction.
Yep.
On car, track.
Could
a bit of a NASCAR
could I ask
thing.
one question?
So,
Did anyone say they've driven this track on iRacing?
no, thank God.
Well, I know it's not on iRacing.
Yeah,
it's a
was gonna
joke.
say,
I like
I
because
get you, yeah.
that happened when Christian did the Bertel Roos school. Some kid Christian goes.
That's
Some guy at the chief instructor asked, "Oh, has anyone driven Lime Rock?" And Christian's like holding his hand down because I know where this is going. And then of course somebody goes, "I've done it on iRacing," and we're like,
oh, jeez.
And then fast
Fast
forward
forward,
that day, and he's put it off at Big Ben
about
like
5 times.
section.
Anywho, so what was your overall like feelings of it? I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, just to get to do that.
It was, I really like the really like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this. As soon as I was climbing in the car, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I was starting to kind of lose it there.
That's awesome.
But, because once I started the car, they put on the window net. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this is Daytona 500 vibes.
Right. So, and you felt like Austin Dillon.
No.
No. You felt like Ricky Bobby.
Oh, did you feel like Ricky Bobby or Austin Dillon?
Cal Naughton Jr.
Oh, Cal Naughton Jr. All right. I like that. Cal Naughton Jr. All right.
I was ready.
So they gave you 10 total laps.
10 laps, yeah.
All right. And, so
on the track, there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
It was me,
somebody else.
in
Yeah,
a stock
there's
car,
three other. Yeah.
another person in a stock car, but there was one person in a modified. So it was
So was
three
that
cars at the same time.
So the person that was in the modified, was that another like arrive and drive person?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like a on-call doctor.
No,
And
no,
he
yeah,
even-
I,
he
know-
even
I
had
mean,
a-
don't we? Yeah,
I don't know who it is,
but
but
still, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
had-
Oh, it was
So,
cool.
but
It was
did
like
you
an
get
upgrade
did you
package or
did
something.
you? Oh, so yeah, so each pack. That's where I was going to kind of go with this. So that's awesome. So
Yeah, and
what was it? Was there any feedback after, like just like you did a good job, or
Well,
what
I
was
gotta
your
tell you.
assessment
So
of your own driving?
So I brought my stuff. I brought my racing stuff. They make you put a radio in your ears, and so there's one-way communication. So
Okay.
one guy's gonna
Yeah,
tell you
no, that
something.
makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So I'm getting out. I get on the track, and three of us. The other two are going. I'm not joking when I say this. They're going really slow,
Right.
like pretty slow. Like, and
Yeah.
so
So this guy
I
paid
get up
for
behind
the
him. They
he paid for the upgrade on the modified package, and he's just putting around.
right, just
Jesus.
like hanging out at 20 miles an hour or something. Not that
Christ
slow, but like
almighty.
something,
I mean, those
something
things,
like that.
those things are meant to be driven in.
Yeah.
Driven into the corner and hit the brakes, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause,
that's
well,
awesome.
Well, what ended up happening was I was like thinking, okay, they said you can pass on the straightaway only. We'll let you know if you can pass. Don't pass in the corners. I was
Can I
being
ask you
very
a
nice
question?
about that.
Did
Yeah.
you like Christian? Did you get a black flag?
I think I was about to because I thought about passing someone on the outside in the corner, and I was like, I shouldn't.
Christian
gonna yell at me.
Christian got a black flag at the bridge at Lime Rock.
Because I did a quarter spin. No, not even
No,
a quarter.
you just-
I put it in like a sort of slide. Barely.
And they-
going through the left hand.
But the best was the comment in the pits was, it's okay, just go easy. Like they realized, like his instructor kind of realized that Christian knew how to drive, like because of the karting experience.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
he was
right.
like, but it was funny because Christian got a black flag, and I'm like sitting there taking pictures, and I look, and I was like, oh, you got a black flag going under the bridge, and then he comes in, I think you got two. Did you get one or two?
No, just one.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, and literally they were like laughing. when
Yeah.
they gave it to him.
They're like, okay,
They're
you
like,
can drive, whatever.
dude,
He's
it's
just
like,
trying to drive the
yeah.
snot out of it.
Yeah. They were just like,
Well, because
but it was kind of funny because like when Christian would go down the hill, so from when you went under the bridge, you were allowed to hit the throttle, right?
so Lime Rock only has one true straightaway, and that's the only
front straight.
Yeah, the front straight there, and that was the only time you could pass, just because it was a 1-day school.
Right, but at the event, you could hit the throttle on the downhill. Couldn't you? When you went under the bridge?
If you had open track in front of you, you
Yeah,
could fly ahead.
yeah.
You could only
So-
pass people on
So
the
the
front
funny
straightaway.
thing, and
That's all.
I'm just picturing this with Nate,
Yeah.
because he was saying how fast he was going. You went under the bridge, and then I could hear like somebody on the throttle, and I'm going, "That's Christian." Like the rest of this time, every time down the front straightaway, I could hear this one car going, like a real race car, and it was like Christian,
Right.
And then everybody else
Yeah,
is like,
redlining.
yeah,
Like-
yeah, no.
No, not even.
Not
but,
even,
But like actually just getting up on the revs.
throttle,
Yeah.
on the revs.
Yeah.
And everybody
Okay,
else is
okay,
just
okay,
like,
yeah. I
you know,
hear it, no.
So it's kind of like what you were just saying. So that's so cool, Nate. I'm so happy
Yeah,
for
well,
you.
And thank you, because like I'll tell you, NASCAR is the first like racing I got into, and like
Yeah.
I'm so surprised I've never gotten to like a stock car.
Right, but
Of
you know,
anything I've driven.
but you've done the Skip Barber Challenge twice, and honestly, I think you did on both times. Given the amount of race alleged experience, I'm not going to joke.
Yeah.
The alleged experience that you're going up to against, you did a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No, that
because
means a lot.
Christian and I, when you told us you were going to that, we would follow it daily and
Yeah.
see how you did, and we were like, "Whoa, Nate's like in the top 10," and like every time Nate's in the top 10, and it's like, "Oh," and then we're
yeah,
kind of
it's-
looking at the people, and we're like,
Yeah. Some
"Really?"
of the names.
Yeah, some of the names are like
You could-
folks that were in karting for like 5 years.
Forever. Yeah.
You know, folks that got money up
and
the
like have
wazoo.
serious backing.
Folks that have money up the wazoo, and you know, Nate's just
Paying
doing
$3K to enter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. But it was
Right.
so cool. But I'm so glad that you get to do that.
Yeah.
So glad.
No, well, I tell you, it was the acceleration was pretty unbelievable. I mean, nothing. So I'd probably say it's like second to only the shifter cart, which I mean, the shifter cart.
Yeah,
the
but-
shifter
is
cart.
the-
Yeah.
The shifter cart.
We're gonna. That's an off-season discussion.
Yeah, that was.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite.
Soundbite.
That was my favorite. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, anyways, so
Oh, it was the coolest 10 laps
that's awesome. So
in a long time.
so
I
happy for you, Nate.
got to make some passes and like
Oh, yeah.
that was pretty cool.
That's so cool.
And then just the acceleration, just
Did you
and
rub,
even like
Did you go to Buffalo
go ahead.
Wild Wings afterwards?
no.
did,
Did you go to Burger King?
did you rub doors?
Rub doors? Yeah. Did you do anything?
Did you give them the
I
bump
got
and
really
run?
close to. I wanted to get close to the wall, but
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, I dropped the hammer.
Here's your
Like,
bill.
there's video of
Oh,
it.
you dropped the
Yeah.
hammer. What are you? Like, what is this? Days of Thunder?
Hammer time. Yeah, it's hammer time, right? So, now
I'm
that we're
dropping the
records.
hammer. Okay.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
that meant to be a
Right.
Days of
Thanks,
Thunder
Coach
reference,
Rickle.
but
Did you make passes around the outside?
Did the guy on the radio say
Yes.
that he had specially matched tires?
no, but that would have been
All right.
like kind of been cool. You go on the outside, you can't hold
Cole,
it.
go on the outside. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm so Nate. That's awesome. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing that story. That's so amazing.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. So
Yeah, we'll
definitely experience of a lifetime.
we'll do a deep dive into Nate's shift the cart experience.
Yeah.
Because I was there for that. Were you there for that?
I was not.
I was there for that. It was absolutely hilarious.
I think I was at school at the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that was.
Yeah,
I think that was that was Alex's weekend in the Red Mist Racing 09. Yeah.
Oh.
Which he did a great job.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But Nate in the shifter cart was pretty good. Nate, I think we went for sushi after that.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did. We went to Bridget.
did.
Yeah, we did. We went to
Yeah,
sushi.
no, I
after
remember
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. So hey, so
I used all the track. there,
Yeah,
but-
no, but
What's
congrats on the stock car experience. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
that
fun
was
time.
Mad fun.
All
Mad
right.
fun. Trying to get Christian into these ovals, like especially with like IndyCar and oval and
Not happening.
Look,
We
I do it-
appreciate the
I appreciate the skill because
And
and I'm not saying that I've done some races on iRacing and I'm not equating myself to be anywhere near the skill level
Yeah.
of those guys or whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take
It's
anything
not your
away
cup of
from it.
tea. It's not my cup of tea.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it, but
I
I will go do races online.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
will watch an IndyCar race on
Yeah.
oval. NASCAR, I have a hard time because it's just in NASCAR for me. I think the reason I have a hard time because the broadcasters are all waiting for the big one,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
They
just
do
it's not.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Promote
just
that.
that's not what I'm there for. I'm there for the skill of the drivers.
But I mean,
and stuff.
and just like in racing overall, no matter what you watch,
Yeah.
like historically, racing has they prop up the show
Yeah.
now, and it's like racing has never been close finishes. You
No,
know, like if
racing-
you go back in the history books, like you're winning races by
Sometimes guys
by
win,
half a lap, full
sometimes
laps,
guys win-
minutes.
Yeah,
like
and
the
another-
racing has
Right.
never been
and,
close.
And on the flip
So,
side, sometimes guys win by like Al Jr. beat Scott Goodyear
yeah,
at the Indy 500 by
Right.
less than like some crazy
right.
ass.
But
Like half
it's
a
less
Island.
less than a second.
but it's the races that do finish like that.
Yeah.
They happen so few
Right.
that those were memorable experiences.
right.
It's not
But-
like it's okay. Every weekend's going to be
Yeah.
a green white check.
I mean,
you know,
I just
just
like
for the
my
sake.
whole problem with NASCAR is stage racing. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah,
But-
the current
Yeah,
format
they-
is not
that
appealing.
has-
I don't like it. That's why I'm kind of hoping for some FUBAR with this whole different winner each week thing. But
Just yeah,
But like, if I want to watch a NASCAR race, like I want to watch true stock car racing, I'm gonna go to my local track and watch it
yeah.
because
Right.
there isn't stage racing. These guys are out there pounding it. I mean, these guys are racing, like the modified guys are spending like stupid amounts of money over their head for, decent purses. But you know what? The skill of the drivers is amazing. And that's what I like.
And you know what's interesting about that? I'm almost about to say, I feel like there's, for the person oval racing on asphalt, I feel like you're spending more for an okay purse, but in dirt racing, you're spending like nothing on the car, and there's a massive purse.
Yeah.
Like Chili Bowl, for example.
But the thing is, and what those guys will tell you is that, and there's like Carl Larson's like talking about doing a breakaway series right now.
With Brad Sweet.
Yeah. So what they're trying to do is like they're trying to say that like sprint car racing, midgets, the full-on sprint cars run World of Outlaws. I don't care anything, all that stuff. Those guys are multi-talented. I mean, severely talented.
This is in motorsports. Yes, you need talent, but you also need funding, and this is the trend of the sport. Where yes, there's people that are professionals at the top, but there's always good, talented people at the lower levels that just don't get the money.
Don't get the money.
So and it's unfortunate reality of the sport, but that's
a lot of what's going on right now today has to do with certain things.
Yeah,
and there are definitely guys that race sprint cars that should be racing in NASCAR. I don't know necessarily whether or not. I think Brian Clausen was probably the closest one that could run an IndyCar. Ed Carpenter definitely is somebody that can run an IndyCar, but Ed only runs the ovals. I see that, but there's definitely guys in sprint cars that could make the transition to NASCAR, a la Jeff Gordon. He was driving on dirt.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson made his like early career driving off road. We're talking Baja, we're talking Mickey Thompson off-road series, and then he got a break. Rick Mears went to IndyCar via his experience on dirt and off-road, and he just happened to meet Bill Simpson.
Yeah.
All right, and Bill Simpson gave him a ride. That ride led to an opportunity with Roger Penske. Yeah. So, I mean, I really, I want to see drivers based on talent, not, anything else.
Yeah.
And unfortunately today it's money. It's a lot of things. Yeah. And I don't want to go down the road because it gets really divisive. But, money's the first, and then there's other things that kind of lead to it. Whereas I think talent falls far behind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a very expensive sport.
Yeah. Money talks. So, but Nate, I'm glad you got to live your stock car, at least part of your stock car dream out.
Driven it. I could check that box.
Hopefully we'll see you at a Richard Petty driving experience or something soon.
Yeah, I'd love to get back and get to a bigger oval too, like Daytona, like that'd be something.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
All right. So I think do you have to shuffle off for broadcasting? Or are you all set? No, you're good tonight.
Yeah. Christian would be racing, right?
Yeah. So anyways, let's.
Tonight's Wednesday. Yes.
Oh, bleep that.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Sorry, this isn't the Formula Hooligans Polygas where anything goes. So sorry, we were recording us on a different night.
Yeah.
And I thought Nate had to.
Nate
had to get to his broadcast dude.
We're okay.
Yeah. Young Lee Diffie.
Here comes Christian Abbott to take the lead.
Young Scott McLaughlin. So this weekend we have Kart Mania.
Yes.
At NHKA running a Cartmania race. Basically each class one. So Saturday is going to be practice
and then
qualifying, followed by Sunday, hopefully, a 30-minute enduro on the big course at Canaan which is super fast, a lot of fun. I've driven it. And you know what? I finished third, so I'm not going to complain. And that was in a 30-minute enduro.
Yep.
Thank you. Really, just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great race. So we have our the Red Mist racing team is ready to go. The carts have been prepped in good stead. We'll be loaded up on Friday, and we'll be trucking on up to Canyon on Friday afternoon, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Just preparation is key.
Yeah, preparation is key.
I would equate preparation for this race just like to any of the big races in any series, because I think this is the big race of the season and that everyone wants to win, in my opinion. I like showing up to this race and winning it just because it is a special race out of the calendar. So it's, instead of doing a 20 lap race, where that's 15 minutes long or whatnot, this one's 30 minutes, and it really tests your what's it? I'm really bad when I'm searching for words. Your endurance. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it'll. I've won. I think I've won this race twice in the past.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I kind of. I know I have at least one win. I know I have at least one. So it'll be good to go back and see if we can repeat it. But I think the talent is much better too this year, because I think the first I've won this race twice, right? Carmania? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because the first year that we did it, I think I won that one, and then it was a year or two later, I think, that I came back and won the second, or won my second. But this time around, the first year, we definitely nailed the setup and just kind of was able to walk away from that. So we were just really quick with learning the setup and getting there. But I think this year is definitely going to be a good race start to finish.
Yeah, should be a lot
because
of fun.
I think everyone's kind of figured out the setup by now after running it for a couple of years, and I think the talent has kept up with the trend of Tag Senior and having some really good talent in there.
Yeah, I think the Tag Senior race will be a good race.
Yeah.
A lot of good drafting opportunities in that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the World Formula race.
Yeah, and any of the 4-stroke classes provide
206 World
super
Formula.
speedway
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
where
So it should be a
you
fun
can get big packs.
fun weekend. Looking at the weather. Hold on.
It's gonna be hot,
It's gonna be hot.
and it looks like there's a chance of. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say that. I'm hoping
It's just because of how hot it is and
nope,
humid it is.
Nope, it moved off until later in the afternoon on
Oh
Sunday.
God, I hope so.
I hope so. I'm hoping that Mike will possibly readjust the schedule and just eat it on Saturday. Do the half-hour race on Saturday.
Yeah, if he could squeeze one in.
If you can't show up on Sunday, I'm sorry. You know what? We'll go run the short course.
Well,
Turn it into double points weekend. What the hell?
it is technically a point and a half weekend because you get points for qualifying.
Right. So,
anyways.
hopefully the rain holds off. And we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity to get out and go fast in the karts.
Yeah. We're looking at 60 to 70 miles an hour in the World Formula and 85 in the tag.
Can we touch 100 in the tag or no?
Nope.
No. Is that just the shifters?
I don't even think shifter hits
90?
100. 90 I could see because they go about a second or two quicker than us.
But it's quick. It's quick.
Yeah. No, it's a mile and a third, and the last time I ran it in tag, it was all about breaking the minute barrier, and now everyone's underneath the minute. So it's gotten fast.
Because you and Chris Curse were talking about that. So we're looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I like this race. I like the fact that we have a practice day.
Yeah.
and then hopefully the weather holds and we can have an actual race day.
Yeah. Because if it does fall, the backup plan is that they run 30 minutes on the short course.
Are the U-carts getting run on Saturday?
I don't know yet.
Right.
The schedule has not been released.
Still, it's not been posted. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so that should be fun. I looking forward to it. This is probably the most high profile NHK event.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, but we're doing, overall, we're doing well in the points. We're in the top 5 in
Top
both
3 in
classes. Both top 3 in both. All right. So, you know, we got a great weekend in NHK at New Hampshire. So, looking to build on that. Don't know.
Again, my attitude towards each race is just finish, because
I think
we're gonna get points.
I think
when we finish.
I think our best opportunity is definitely World Formula. I just think in Tag Senior, I think there's just, I'm hoping there won't be too much grab ass going on, which
no
because we kind of think, well, depending, we don't know if one cart might be there who's fast. I don't want to say names just
the
because
3 motors that get run in Tag Senior are Rotax, Rock, and IMSA X30.
Yeah.
So typically, the X30 is quicker than the Rotax, and the Rock is usually quicker, but it can also flip flop.
I think the Rock. I think the Rock could be the motor. It's just that no one runs it.
It could be, but then last year Alex blew away the field in a Rotax. So it really depends on kind of what the weather is and whether somebody hits it.
And the only person who we really can gauge against in terms of our engine is Alex.
Yeah,
in the Rotax.
Yeah,
so,
Alex and Hugh.
So hopefully, there isn't much grab ass and everyone works together to try and get to the front or stay in the front and draft. I mean, that proved out with you and Chris Curse over the years.
Yep.
The two of you, I mean, Chris won it one year, because unfortunately you.
Oh, that's right.
We had the.
Yeah, I nicked the. So there's a chicane in the back of the course,
broke the weld.
And it didn't break. It just mushroomed.
And we finished second. Chris finished first.
Yes.
But again, a weekend. That was a weekend. That was probably one of our better week. Overall, that weekend and the following weekend were great because like us and the Curses worked together.
Oh yeah.
And again, we've been doing that. So there might be opportunities.
Yeah.
Coming forth, and there might be opportunities for Nate to appear in a Red Mist kart.
Potentially. I'm still trying to figure out when that could happen.
No, we might know when that might happen.
Oh, really?
We will. That will be talked about and disclosed.
Sounds good. Pending investigation.
Well, I don't know. I might sign Alex below.
Oh.
Yeah. Big news. Alex Below signs for Red Mist.
We will discuss. We will discuss after that. Anyways, but we're looking forward to it. Should be a fun time. Looking forward to it. Always a fun weekend. Just for folks, are we done talking about the races? Just kind of looking beyond.
Yeah, I think we can quick highlight a couple other things, but yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so anyways, just a quick special announcement. We are hoping with our good friends from the Formula Hooligans podcast to be getting together on Saturday night at Canaan.
Yep.
Oh.
In the Red Mist Garage. Nate, if you're around, feel free to dial in. But we will be live from the Red Mist Garage, similar to what we did before. And Alex will be Alex Gomes. We haven't. I think this time around it's gonna be a Red Mist podcast.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
be the hosts. And but we will defer to Alex because he does a great job. Alex is the best host. He is awesome. And so we will be recording the bourbon, the rum will be flowing after a heavy day of practice.
and not to mention the big cookout.
Oh, the big cookout! Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to talk about what we're gonna eat.
I know.
We
Yeah,
haven't-
we gotta
figure that
out
out.
those plans.
Anyways, breakfast definitely we can do. in the
Oh
morning.
yeah, that's not.
So,
That's easy.
But food. Anyways, but really looking forward to this weekend. Hope to see, and shout out to our NHK listeners. Hope to see many of you there. And also we had some, just on the NHK front, we had some folks that ran at Lafayette last weekend.
Yes. Yeah. At the Road Tax Challenge.
Road Tax Challenge.
Will Juba.
Will Juba. Sorry.
Yeah, he ran there.
Sorry, Will ran under the Apex karting banner.
Yep.
I think there were a few other folks that ran. I didn't get to see how they did.
I didn't
Yeah.
either. So I guess we'll have to catch up with them.
We'll catch up
this
with them at
weekend.
maybe we can get Will on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. I don't think our two young drivers from the last podcast made it to that.
I think Cruz would have been the only one that would have done that, but I'm not sure.
But I'm not 100%. Anyways, but yeah, so we'll bring some more people on. Looking forward to possibly having Mr. Mercedes, Toto Wolff Jr., Rich
George Russell.
Yeah, George Russell, Rich Hemingway on that show. Because
we love it.
Did I miss a joke with that or something?
Rich.
Well, Nate, come join us Saturday night. You can join in with it. No.
Yeah. Anyways, no. Rich is a Merc F1 fan.
Nate.
Thank you. You did the best. Anyways, so no, it'll be great. It'll be great. And honestly, if we can get some folks late night, like if we can go late night again.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. Alex is the king of that. So I'm hopefully we'll have some folks on. It's either going to be appearing under the Formula Hooligan or the Red Mist podcast. I know we take shots at the Formula Hooligan guys, but it's all in fun.
Yeah.
Those guys do a great job.
There's also years
of friendship and karting friendship
stuff,
with them.
So.
But Alex, Charlie, and sometimes Ish, do a great job. And I get a kick out of some of the live podcasts when they're doing the F1 races. I don't know how they do it, but I couldn't do it.
Well, funnily enough, the Indy 500 weekend.
Yeah.
This year, Alex texted me if I wanted to come over because I guess
that would have been hilarious.
It was him. I'm gonna butcher this. I know Rick Brown was there. I think
No
Rich
way,
Hemingway was there.
Rick was there.
And, but I was talking with Alex, and we definitely need to get a group and just sit down and watch a race. So whether it's a big big race weekend,
that's why I'm trying to rope these guys in to go to Le Mans. Because if we did a podcast, we did a podcast at Le Mans, that would be like all night drinking beers. It'd be
2024 is looking.
Yeah, I know. But those guys are the best. They're all passionate.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the Formula Hooligans guys because they do a great job. Is Hemingway's Rent-A-Rider showing up? Do we know?
No, Charlie will not be there this weekend, unfortunately. I heard that from Alex.
Oh, that's Zach Brown didn't.
Yeah.
What does Zach Brown sign him?
No, he's just being a dweeb.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I was just checking. Nate, you get signed by Zach Brown this week?
No, McLaren or Ganassi or.
You didn't get signed by anybody?
Yeah.
Or Red Mist Racing.
You're still no. Whoa! You're still in the Red Mist stable.
Yeah, you're still in there.
You're still in the stable.
Yeah.
We may have a ride for you. We just got Christian and I need to we have to find some time.
Iron out some details.
Yeah,
iron out some details.
We got to iron out some details.
Hey, it's okay. I'm a Red Mist racer forever. Sean, Christian, we found this.
What?
We found Red Mist.
Oh,
racing.
yeah. But we like having you on. So, anyways. So we'll wrap the podcast up there. Really appreciate Chris.
F1 picks.
Oh.
All right.
France.
Quick quick
Speaking
rundown.
of France,
Yeah.
France. Before we get to
Lavador is French.
hold on, before we get to France,
yeah,
I want to
I bet.
I want to do
No, it's Italian, dude.
I want to I just want to recap two things before we get there.
Go there.
One, SRX,
Oh.
Tony Stewart.
Tartar sauce.
And
Tony
the
Stewart won at the I-55 Speedway.
All right. The coolest thing is the final race is at Sharon Speedway.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's this weekend.
This weekend. That place is going to be banged out.
Yeah. So
Marco, you're my man.
so that's this weekend. And then also, I was trying to cover it before Chris called in today. But WC, I would just want to highlight and clarify up some of the top prototype stuff because we're in basically testing season for the new prototype class. Yeah. So, Porsche, Cadillac, Acura, and Ferrari have all done testing recently in the past week or two.
Porsche and Cadillac at Sebring.
Yes, and Cadillac finished 5 days worth of testing.
But Porsche had done earlier days in Europe. So.
Yes. And then Ferrari was at Fiorano, and Acura had run at
Paul Ricard.
Magny Court.
No, they did both.
Oh, they did both.
They did both.
Perfect. Yeah. So, I have to say, out of the cars so far, Cadillac, very simplistic design, sounds the best.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting for the Lamborghini.
Yes.
So and the BMW is coming, and they will be running that just came out over the last 2 weeks. What they're going to be utilizing is a DTM engine.
Yes.
Because the old IMSA engine, which was in the M8, it's too big to fit in the car.
Packaging issues.
Yeah, it's packaging issues. So the DTM engine, which is just as powerful, will be used. So things are shaping up.
Yeah.
And Christian sent out, I know to myself and Nate sent out a kind of a tweet / Instagram message about cars that are coming. So in the WEC series, it's going to be crazy.
So I did a quick search and I found on Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh,
very reliable.
That's believable. Yep.
So just to get some confusion out of the way, in 2023, IMSA and WC or the ACO have come together to try and
LMH
bring the top prototype class back to be in this convergence where you can run between the two series with no issue, right? Because the past couple of years it's been really different. Two different formulas, and it's not and this isn't the first time that this has happened. This has been a trend all along sports cars history. So, but anyways, so right now your confirmed entries for your manufacturers that are going to be racing in LMH, which is going to run in the
WEC.
Yes, WEC or WC series is Toyota, which is already running. The Glickenhaus, again, already running.
Very competitive.
And then the Peugeot, which just made its debut. So there's your three cars right there. Confirmed for 2023 is Ferrari.
Yep.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but there's this other one that
IMSA. Yeah, they
Isato Frashkini.
So if you go to dailysportscar.com, Graham Goodwin wrote about this.
Okay.
I had no clue who this was.
Yes.
And he wrote about it. And Graham's tied into this.
Yeah.
Like these folks. And so they're eligible.
Yeah. And they're a small Italian luxury brand.
Right.
So that's what they
That's all I know.
And then
also Vanuel by Collis.
Yes, by Collis. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So but they're
that's a legal thing.
Yeah,
because they could actually be running.
Yes,
it's just legal. Yeah, it's a legal thing.
So that's confirmed there.
But on the flip side, so you have those four that Christian mentioned, in addition to the LMDH cars.
Yeah. So again, LMH is Toyota, Glickenhaus, Peugeot, Ferrari, Bicolis, or
6 would be.
No, 6 is
ISO.
ISO.
All right, so there's 4 confirmed, and there's 2 that are on the fringe.
Yeah,
but the LMDH cars, which Kristen's going to get into right
Yes.
now, those cars are also eligible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for LMDH,
Cadillac.
these are the manufacturers that are
LMDH
confirmed
eligible.
for LMDH. There's Acura.
Acura.
Audi is on hold. They're in talks just because it's Porsche and Audi.
So
and you
you're
don't
going to
know
go
what's
to
gonna go
Porsche. Porsche's next.
Yeah. So then there's
But Porsche has committed to running in both series.
yes.
So add them to the LMH
Okay.
category.
So then Acura, Audi. Well, Audi is still a question.
Questionable.
Porsche, BMW.
Yep. BMW is LMDH only, so they will be running only in IMSA.
Okay, so they won't even run Le Mans.
No, they will not. Well, I don't know if they'll run Le Mans. Sorry, but they are definitely IMSA only right now.
And then there's
Cadillac, which is both.
Mm-hmm. And then so those cars are confirmed for
Right.
2023.
Right.
And then in 2024, Lamborghini is supposed to come.
That's the wild card.
That's the one I'm waiting
Yeah,
on.
I'm
and
waiting
then
on.
the other one, I question this one, but Alpine is currently running in WEC.
Yeah,
and they're supposedly running in LMDH.
They're looking at they're out 2 years at least.
Yeah.
So they're 2025.
Oh,
Okay.
The 2023, 2024. They're out. They're looking out 2 years.
Okay.
I have a feeling they will end up in LMH.
Mm-hmm.
I think they may end up in 2024.
Okay.
But there is a lot of moving parts going on in that. And then as we discussed with Alex last week, I know we had that whole educational thing with him. There is a huge thing going on with GT. So GT3, whatever. So right now, I think personally, my feeling is IMSA's sitting a little bit more pretty about a GT and GT3 than the WEC series is.
Yeah.
WEC is mandating no pro teams, no factory teams, no nothing.
You have to pair a pro driver with
So
a
basically
driver.
what you're looking at is GTE Le Mans M, whereas IMSA is looking at allowing both GTD Pro and GTD M. Now, GTD Pro in IMSA would be any GT3 Pro team. GTD M would be any eligible GT3 Pro car in IMSA that can run with a silver or gold driver or platinum driver. So that's the big thing right now is where that lies. The concern within the WEC community is what's going on with the GT class. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
I'll just have to say, I'll just have to become a silver driver.
Yeah, that's where you want to be is silver driver. The other thing is LMP2. In 2 years, that class changes. We talked to Alex about that last week. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I hope that I really want to see a lot of continuity. I want to see a lot of manufacturers, and right now I think IMSA is sitting pretty. I just don't think WEC's sitting pretty because of the ban on the pro teams or the factory teams. So I think IMSA could steal a lot of thunder there. So because honestly, I bet you $5 Lexus would love to come and run Le Mans with their GT3 car.
Yeah.
I just don't
Jimmy
know.
Vasser will be all over that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Vassar Sullivan. But, I'd like to see Mercedes there with their GT3 cars. There's a lot of opportunities. It's just that I think WEC needs to decide whether, they keep saying no pro teams, and I think that's a bad idea because, honestly, that opens the door for IMSA. And you know what? Hey, next year at Lime Rock, maybe it's a 25, 30 car field.
Mm-hmm.
and we
At
might be
least-
back. We might be back there. I think IMSA right now, in terms of GT3, is sitting in the catbird seat. That's my opinion. Feel free to send us an email if you disagree. But that's just my thoughts on it. But I think it's. I'm looking forward to it. I just there's just a lot coming.
Yeah.
A serious lot coming.
Yeah. No, it's definitely looking, and we mean this in a good way too. Like all this change, I think is going to be great for the sport, and they're moving in the right direction because with the new prototype class that's coming in, and then the shift to GT3, as long as they can get pro, I think you're going to see a lot of manufacturers' interest in there, and you're going to see a lot of good drivers come in.
I can't see Acura coming in unless they can have a pro car. I can't see Mercedes coming in unless they have. So what we're talking about there is if you watch the VLN series on YouTube, which is the Nürburgring series, if you look at that, there are a lot of pro teams there.
Yeah.
So I really think if they can get pro teams in that, it's knockout.
Yeah.
There isn't if you can keep the rules, meaning the rules to GT3 at the current rate, which they are, fine. The guys are going to have to spend on the drivers. Well, I'd rather spend money on the drivers than spend money on the cars. Because if you can tell me Corvette's going to develop a GT3 car and have like Taylor and Garcia and Tandy and who's Nick runner? Milner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then if they add a third, 2/3, whatever. My feeling is it's like let's spend the money on the drivers, not the cars, and there's no escalation there. But I don't know. But I love the VLN series. I like how they do it.
Yeah.
I can't see why WEC can't do it. But you know what? IMSA right now holds the cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, anyways, that's
right.
kind of where we're
Exciting
at.
times coming for himself.
Exciting times. So, looking forward to the Iowa doubleheader this weekend.
Yep.
So, hopefully, everyone gets a chance to watch at least one or both of those races. It's gonna be key. The next couple of weeks are a stretch run for IndyCar.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
We got a strong leaderboard. A lot of guys that we all like leading. I mean, I like Ericsson, but the question is, can he hold up?
Yeah.
Can Dixon, can Newgarden move ahead? I don't know, but we'll see. A lot of great racing coming. Looking forward to our karting event this weekend.
Yep.
And things like that. But appreciate Nate. Thanks for sharing your story this weekend. That was awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Chris for
Unbelievable.
Big shout out to Chris Catalano for joining us last minute. Appreciate his insights. Maybe we'll get Chris on later in the season. And anyways, so
before we go,
Christian, you're reading my mind.
Yeah. I don't really have anything
we're gonna talk
F1 related in news, but I just kind of want to get to
Colton tested the McLaren.
Yes, Colton did test the McLaren, and
Sure did.
Apparently, apparently the data is showing pretty good.
Yeah.
At Portimao, or where'd he go?
Yeah,
Portimao.
Okay.
We need to go there.
But
Yeah,
this weekend is the French Grand Prix.
France.
Yeah.
Lavador.
So Nate,
Lavador.
Nate, as you are the
welcome, Nathan Lavador. Champagne.
Nate, as you are the Red Mist Frenchman.
Frenchie.
Bonjour.
You have to give us your top 3 picks and your wild card pick for this weekend.
Are we all doing this?
Yeah, we're all doing this.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck.
This is really all I have for F1 this week. Because we've had a week
same.
off.
I wasn't really
so
gonna.
we had a
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So I gotta say, I think now we got this like little fun conflict. I think Charles Leclerc is gonna win, and then you're gonna have Max Verstappen second, And guess who's going to come in third? You are going to see. Well, I want to say Sergio Perez. Yeah, I'm going to say Sergio Perez actually, because I'll tell you my wild card. It's going to be Esteban Ocon.
Okay.
I mean, it's his home track. Yeah, all that great Alpine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But he's really becoming like, I don't want to say the number one driver, but like a very strong equal.
Is this your dark horse?
Yes,
Yeah, this is my dark
Ocon
horse.
is a dark horse.
What's the top?
He went Leclerc, Max, and Checo.
Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see a surprise Monegasque win in France and call it a weird home win, and then people are gonna be like,
Okay.
All right.
weird
All right.
about it.
Okay, just checking. Just double checking.
Look, I don't think he's.
I like the
Look.
Ocon pick. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really thrilled about my Leclerc pick myself.
Is that for a
but
podium?
Leclerc,
Win.
Max, and Checo is your podium.
Right, but
And then
Ocon
Ocon is your
bottom.
dark horse to get on the podium.
Podium. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So my podium is Max. Naturally.
Yes.
Naturally. Carlos, the smooth operator.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go. I know this pains me to do this, but George. But Toto,
Lucas George.
Toto, we are motor racing.
All
And
right.
then
And now pigs fly, right? Sean picks Mercedes on the podium, and
no,
pigs fly now.
so my dark horse is Fernando.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
Because
Yeah.
I like Fernando. Toto, it's
Gonna give
called
him a finger wag to Yuki
Toto.
again.
It's a motor race. We've gone motor racing.
Okay.
Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
can we talk about Lewis getting replaced in FP1?
Yeah. You
Oh,
can
by
talk about
Like,
it.
Nick
can
DeVries.
I need
Yeah.
to. I need to look up
Nick
some
DeVries,
results.
who I like as a driver,
Yeah.
but can I
Great
ask
Formula E driver.
Yeah. No. Nick's
And all in
Nick's
all
a good
driver.
driver
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Can I
it's a
ask
Formula E
can I
driver.
ask a question? Why isn't he replacing George?
Because
Because they're waiting on Lewis Hamilton to retire.
Like it's like I'm serious. I'm not joking. I mean, I find that like ridiculous.
He's an F2 champion. Yeah. No, Nick DeVries is a solid
Like
driver.
seriously, it's like you're making Lewis stand down in FP1, and he's the number one guy.
well,
That's like Max stepping down for Vips. Oh, did I say something?
I wouldn't go quite that scale.
Yeah, but
But,
he's
I
not
mean,
even.
Nick
he's not
DeVries-
even
It doesn't
is-
matter. It doesn't matter. It's like having Max step down.
Well, okay,
I'm like,
but
I'm
let's,
sorry.
Let's put it this way: the rule is you have to put two new people.
Yeah,
in.
I get it. But
So you're gonna
I get
push
it. I
George
get it.
twice
I get it.
in the year?
I get it. But you're paying Lewis to be the number one guy, and he's won the championships for you.
Right, but is the rule you have to replace both of them
No.
once, or you can replace one guy twice?
No, you can replace one,
One
guy,
guy
twice.
also.
So I hope Lewis signed off on that. Honestly, I'm not. Look, I'm not the biggest Lewis fan, and the reason I'm not the biggest Lewis fan is he's never driven a bad car. But
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously, it's like, you know what, Georgie Porgy, sit down. That's just my.
Lewis is going to be playing with Roscoe in the motorhome or something.
He's gonna be playing who?
With Roscoe, his dog.
Roscoe. I hope not. I don't know. I don't get the. But sorry, that's not a bleep.
Oh, we got to bleep you, Sean.
Jesus H. Can you mark that down? Christian's scoring those down now. Like there's like 5. I don't
Lewis
get that.
Hamilton.
I don't. Look, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not like the biggest Lewis fan. I've never been, but he's like your number one guy, and you're taking him out of the car. So, anyways,
All right.
Right. Christian.
Yeah.
Nate,
Let's see. Right now,
Lando.
I think. Not that I want to get on this bandwagon, but they have been going in the right trend, and they've been arguably the most consistent car out of the year is Mercedes. So I'm going to put them on the podium, and
He's gonna win.
I think with Lewis's form, he gets second. I think Leclerc wins and Max is third. And
I agree with the drivers, but not the order.
Yeah, well,
okay, hang on. I'm sorry. That was premature.
It's
who's
tough.
Who's your dark horse? Because like I'm feeling the thing with Ferrari, because they really showed something at Austria. Like tire drag is on their side.
Well,
or at least maybe at that track.
So I'm gonna go Charles, Lewis, and Max. Just to be a little different. But if I had to switch the order up, I'm gonna stick with Lewis being second, and I'm gonna say, and then my alternate would say Max would get the edge over Charles. But for a dark horse, I mean, the only team that really makes sense that has been coming up has been Alpine. And
I've been lurking last two races.
But, like Fernando has, I think, edged Ocon slightly on pace, but he's just had a little bit more, he's been a little bit more unlucky than Ocon. I don't know. So if I got to be different, let's hop on the Haas bandwagon and put K-Mag.
K-Mag.
Awesome. Yes.
So
great dark horse.
All right. So let's wrap this up.
All right. God bless America.
Anyways, America. Looking forward to great. This weekend's gonna be crazy. We got Iowa. I'm going
French Grand Prix.
I'm looking Ed Carpenter podium finish. Somebody.
I'm looking at
sweep it.
I'm looking at Dixon just to be on the podium or
that'd
lurking
be cool.
top 5.
Yep. The Pato slide continues.
Yeah.
What else? NASCAR? Where are they?
Pocono.
Oh, on the trial.
Oh no,
all right.
Pocono.
All right.
Oh,
this
no.
could be a Kevin Harvick win.
Yeah. It is a Kevin Harvick
anything
kind of
else?
track, but
France. I'm going. Yeah, Max. Obviously. Anyways, don't none of you jump in, Max only. What else? Nothing else. It's
SRX last race of the season.
Oh, XRX. Going Marco for the win and takes the. Tony's gonna finish. Tony's gonna finish fourth. Marco takes the win. Marco wins the title. That's my thing.
Okay.
All right. I mean, Ryan Newman.
Oh, the rocket! Yeah, we're on the dirt.
Newman.
We're on the dirt, but Marco is showing his stamina. I love it.
Yeah. So he's coming second 500 times, and now it's
anyways,
he's gonna get the win and win the title.
So
cool.
Hopefully between the time that this comes out and in between, we have another podcast release, which will be recorded maybe Saturday night with the good folks from the Formula Hooligans podcast, probably just Alex Gomes. So we'll hopefully talk to you all live from Canyon as part of the NHK Kart Mania weekend. Maybe Nate will dial in. We don't know. We'll connect. Anyways, looking forward to it. And thanks, everybody. And look forward to talking to you next week. Cheers.
Good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Mist Podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Wart and Harrison Tate.